This presentation is on a Diamondback Terrapin. So on this slide we have the classification of the species. The kingdom is Animalia, the phylum is Chordata, the subphylum is Vertebrata, the class is Reptilia, the order is Testudines, the family is Emididae, the genus is Malaclemes, and the species is Terrapin. The family name may seem familiar, as it is the same as some of the other turtle species we've worked with this semester, such as the painted turtle and sliders. The Diamondback Terrapin is the only species in the genus Malaclemes. It's a pretty easy turtle to identify. They have concentric diamond-shaped markings and grooves on each scute on the carapace. The coloration is generally similar, but there are some variations, and no two individuals are going to be exactly alike. They'll usually have that pale white skin that you can see in the picture, but can also be dark gray or black. And on the skin, they'll either have dark spots, blotches, or stripes of some sort. The plastron is yellow to green or black, and they can have dark blotches on the plastron as well. As you can also see in the picture, that they have webbed feet. The hind feet are large and flat, which makes them strong swimmers, and they are sexually dimorphic, where the females are much larger than the males. The species can be found all along the east coast of the United States into the Gulf Coast states as well. That's from Cape Cod, Massachusetts to Corpus Christi, Texas. They're found exclusively in brackish water, such as salt marshes and shallow bays. Sometimes you can find them in the open ocean, but they won't stay there for long, as they can't tolerate the concentrations of salt in that water for too long. Their diet consists of hard-shelled aquatic species such as crabs, snails, other crustaceans, bivalves, but they'll also eat fish, insects, worms, and even carrion. They're exclusively carnivores, and females in specific have these broad plates on their jaws that they can use to crush these hard-shelled prey items. Predators vary quite a bit, and it's similar to a lot of other turtle species. Raccoons will prey on nesting females, and eggs and hatchlings have to face a lot. Everything from herons, crabs, foxes, raccoons, and skunks will try and eat them. Humans are probably their biggest threat. One of the biggest reasons for their decline in recent years is crab traps, where they go after the crab bait and they get stuck in the trap and drown. Recently, they've tried using bycatch reduction devices, which kind of like sea turtle trap reduction devices. The turtle can go in and swim out. This species will also hibernate during cold months, especially in the northern range, and because of these issues such as getting caught in crab traps, habitat loss, and climate change, they're listed as near threatened. Reproduction in the Diamondback Terrapin is similar to other turtles, especially sea turtles. They spend most of their time in water, but for mating, they'll nest on beaches or marsh shores, and usually in sand or some type of substrate like that, and they'll build their nest. Higher nest temperatures usually mean more females, lower nest temperatures will mean more males, and the mating will occur in early spring, and that extends into early summer, and then nesting will happen midsummer. The female lays about 2 to 3 clutches a year. The average clutch size is about 8 to 9 eggs, but it can range from anywhere to 4 to 23 eggs. Only 1 to 3% of these eggs will produce a hatchling, and it's about similar odds for hatchlings to make it to adulthood. Some behavior and fun facts about the Diamondback Terrapin. As I said, they're mainly an aquatic species. They will spend time on land and on shores, but they're adapted for the water and are very strong swimmers. Another cool fact is that they hibernate underwater, usually embedded in mud banks, and the only source of oxygen they have is dissolved oxygen in the water that they've take in through their mouth or cloaca. They're thought to be the only turtle to live exclusively in brackish water. As you can see in the top right picture, males may have mustaches, which is an easy way to identify their sex. And they are the state reptile of Maryland. And the Maryland terrapin is based on the Diamondback terrapin, even though the coloration is a little bit different.